On day 16, I introduced a couple new objects for Dorado. So here I have an old dog bed that I like to use because it's similar to introducing a tarp, but it's quiet and it can build up their confidence. So I rewarded him with that, and then now I'm asking him to back up. It's getting much better with the backup. And give him the treat reward. And then I'm going to send him first. So again, when I first came in, I showed him the new objects, and now I'm going in and moving his body to get a little bit of body control. As you can see, he's getting a lot calmer. He's actually being a little silly, which is kind of fun that he's starting to learn to play a little with me in the pen. So again, I'm just sending him to the left. Then I actually say his name to bring him in. I was actually quite shocked at how quiet he was about me moving that dog bed. He really didn't care at all about it moving around. I kept my eye on him, so in case he did get worried, I could make sure I was in a safe place. So now I'm going to tell him by the cue word's going to be step. He gave a little step on there. Going to ask again for a bigger try. That was very good. I'm just working on breaking up pieces of the cookie for him. Now he's standing on it with both feet. He had to check it out, make sure it wasn't quicksand. Now I'm going to ask him to back off of it. So this is kind of like practicing for the trailer loading. So you ask them to step on, and then you get them to back off. Again, it's all that body control. Now I'm working on sending him to the right. He still kind of wants to come in a little bit on me, but it's getting much better. And here, he just knocks over the barrel. It's a very funny horse, as that doesn't bother him at all. So that just goes to show that once he's pretty confident with stuff, he's not worried by it. So it's actually really positive. You can see I'm directing with my right hand with my finger pointed, and I'm also giving a voice cue of trot. So then eventually he'll know when I say trot, that means to stay on the circle. And then when I call his name, then that is when he can come in, which he's really willing to do. So now I'm introducing him to the pad. So I'm going to let him sniff it. Kind of want him to reach out like that, touch it, and then I reward that because that kind of initiates the brain curiosity part. And then I'm going to start moving it down a little bit. He was actually fine with that. Take it off, give him a treat. Moving it to his shoulder, flapping it a little bit. Very calm with that. It was very good. Now I'm going to ask for the back, kind of breaking it up a little bit. And he's getting very soft on the halter, flexing. He's almost over flexing, even though I'm not really asking for that, but it's okay. Now I'm going to introduce it to the right side. And the same thing, let him sniff it, take it away. And he's pretty comfortable with this today.
Good boy.
He thought he deserved a cookie, so I got him a cookie for the next time. Now I'm going to place it over his back. Oh, he's a little worried. He gets a little tense, but as soon as he hears the cluck sound, he knows that's positive. Now I'm going to do the same on the right side. It allows me to just flip it over. That's really good for his first time with the pad. Now I'm going and working on picking up our feet. This is getting better. He's starting to figure out the cue much faster. Now I'm going to do the other foot. And actually he has a scratch that happens, which this is kind of a big moment because he actually bends down and scratches high up underneath his stifle. And before he would have been really nervous with me being in that area. So it's always fun once the horses get comfortable and they let you scratch their itch for them. So right now I'm just taking that opportunity and seeing if I can get a little bit more scratching grooming right now, kind of bonding. And then I kind of hit a little bit of a sweet spot right here that he really starts to enjoy. And this is super because he's normally, if I would put any more pressure, he could kind of get a little bunchy, or you could feel him tense up, but he's really enjoying this right now.
Good scratch.
And then I go back to that jumping up and down on that right side, touching the hind leg, asking for a pickup. We're still both a little guarded about the hind legs. I'm being careful and he's also being careful. So, you know, step by step, we kind of build each other's trust on trusting each other. He's trusting me that I'm not going to do anything to him, and I'm trusting him that he's not going to kick me. So it's definitely a balancing act. That was really, really good. Picked it up and let me hold it. So you see, it's those steps of picking up and just holding the foot with my hand, and slowly I can move my body in to where he gets used to me being in that bubble, and then slowly your body can then touch them, and then you can hold it like a farrier. But you definitely have to break it down in steps. And now I'm going and jumping up and down, working on getting up on him. And since the day before I kind of worked a lot with swinging my leg over, I'm just going back and working on just laying on halfway, scratching him, getting him to really enjoy it. Since I've kind of done some other things today, so I'm not really focusing on the getting on today. And he's really enjoying that scratch. Like I said, he was in a really good grooming mood, so you gotta kind of take advantage of that when you can. And so kind of to end the session now, I'm just gonna finish kind of where I started. I'm gonna walk him over the dog bed again and ask him with the cue words, step. And walking forward, give him a rub, and now I'm going to, since he stepped forward, I'm going to ask him to back up. You see, I'm not pulling very hard on the halter at all. I'm telling him to back, and then I'm going to finish with a good rub. We had a really super session. Really good day for Dorado.